Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Professor David J. De Los Reyes. What I will be discussing tonight will be the setup of an amplifier module. Okay, the amplifier module is this IC here. It's an LM386 module. Okay, this is already assembled, pre-assembled. The only thing this one now for it to operate is actually to connect the speaker. You apply the power supply voltage here and you apply the input voltage here. And that's it. But you must have to satisfy the voltage requirement of this LM386. And if you try to Google the operating voltage on LM386 amplifier, the minimum voltage should be 4 volts and the maximum is 12 volts. A while ago, I tried to operate this one using the 12 volt. It sounds very good, but when I feel the IC, it's hot. The 12 volt voltage is correct, but it is too high for it because the amplifier is just a small one. And since the range of the voltage is from 4 volts to 12 volts, I go to the median. I applied 6 volts by using my variable power supply. It is set to 6 volts. And this should be the positive terminal. And this should be the negative terminal. So what I did is that I installed my speaker by using a plastic thing here. Okay. If we try to see the back of this one, the back of this one, it got some holes here so that when there is sound on the speaker, it will come out here. It will not be muffled. Okay, I just remedied it for this speaker to be installed. Okay, I will move this one again in front. So this is the speaker now, okay, mounted with 4 screws here. And these are the plus and minus terminals. So to connect the amplifier module to the speaker, it's just an easy one. These 2 green terminals here are actually the outputs that goes to the speaker. The first one is the positive terminal, and the second one is the negative terminal. So the positive is connected to this red wire here, and it goes to the positive terminal on the speaker. And the second one, which is represented by this brown wire here, is connected to this negative terminal. So we satisfy now the requirement for the speaker connection. Speaker connection soldered to the plus and minus terminals, so that is done. So for this amplifier module to operate, we must have to supply the whole module with the voltage. And when I try to Google it, like what I said a while ago, the minimum voltage should be 4 volts and the maximum should be 12. But like what I said, if I use 12 volts, the IC is too hot. So I will go to the median thing. I put it on the 6 volts. Okay. This is how the connection of the power supply will be. The red terminal goes to this terminal here. And this black terminal, okay, is connected to this yellow thing here. Because this yellow thing, okay, is the ground. So what is needed to energize this amplifier module is that we should have a ground and a positive terminal. This is where we apply the voltage. So that's it. So the only thing missing now is actually the audio input to this amplifier module. And the audio input that's simplest to do is actually by using this terminal here. Okay. Since the amplifier module is just mono and this is stereo, this is a connection stereo when I plug into the FM receiver. So to bring out just one output, I just use the ground and one of the connection here. And the connection actually is this black thing here and this yellow. The yellow is ground and the black thing terminal is where the signal coming from the far end here. That will be coming from the FM receiver. Okay? So the source of my audio input is actually a small digital FM radio. Okay, this is actually the output thing, and supposed to be this is the output that goes to the headphone, and this is actually the terminal of the headphone. I just cut it. So if I need an audio input to this amplifier module, I just use this one. I will just plug into this FM receiver. Okay, let's try to power up. Let's try to power up this amplifier module now. The power supply is set to 6 volts DC. This is a variable power supply. It's marked 6 volts. So I will now try to connect the negative terminal or the ground. Okay. Okay. Sorry for that one. Okay, that's the ground connection. And I will try to connect the positive connection, the plus terminal. Okay. Okay. So the voltage across this red and black is 6 volts. That's coming from my variable power supply. And this goes into the amplifier module. And like right now, the amplifier module is lighted, meaning to say it's now ready to be used. So the only missing thing now for this one to operate is actually the audio input. So the audio input, I will plug in this headphone jack here. Okay. I will try to toggle.
Said she was driving home to
That's it.
Saratoga County with her husband.
I try to toggle the frequency and it works. Okay, like right now the frequency is 89.3 megahertz, and as you could hear it, the sound that's developed to the audio amplifier is actually very clear. It got no noise because I put a filter capacitor here, a high frequency filter capacitor, and this is connected to the plus and minus terminal to eliminate any noise. Like what you hear it, the sound is very good. Okay, that's it guys. That's how to set up. That's the way how to set up an LM386 module, and the power input of this one will be emanating from this FM receiver. Okay, good evening from Los Angeles. This is Professor David J. De Los Reyes. Again, I will plug in this one.
The law covers K-12 schools and colleges and universities.
Okay, good evening from Los Angeles. This is Professor David J. De Los Reyes.
For NPR News, I'm Karen